Chapter 1, Inversion Impulse, and so it begins. Autumn. The last traces of summer are disappearing today, a Thursday halfway through October. This is the day when I, Tonoshiki, return home. It's been 8 years since I left. Shiki, hurry up. You're going to be late for school. I hear Keiko-san's voice floating in from the kitchen. Okay, I'm leaving, I call back. I place my hands together in the room that was mine at the Arimas up until now. I'm going. Thanks for letting me live with you these past 8 years. Clap, clap. I fold my hands together in prayer. Then, grabbing my only bag, I leave the room that I had become so familiar with. I walk through the entrance to the Arima's house, then turn to face it. Shiki, Keiko-san, who had come to the door to see me off, calls my name somberly. See you later. Take care, Mom. What a strange thing to say. I won't be coming back. Never again will I pass through this door as a member of the Arima family. Thanks for looking after me. Please give my regards to Father, too. Keiko-san simply nods. 8 years. The eyes of the person who had been my mother looked so sad. I don't think I've ever seen her like that before. I'm stuck here. How the fuck did I come up with that? I'm sure it'll be hard for you at the Tono's house. Please watch yourself. Your body is weak. You mustn't overdo it. I'll be okay. After 8 years, I'm just as healthy as anyone else. I'm a lot tougher than I look. I suppose you're right. But the Tonos are different from everyone else. I'm worried they'll be too much for you. I know what Keiko-san means. My home from today forth will be a mansion, an uncommon sight in this day and age. Not only is the house amazing, but the family itself is highly respected. It's said that they hold significant investments in many corporations. To top things off, it's my true home. The Arimas have only been looking after me. But it's already decided. Yeah, it's something that's decided already. Alright, I'm heading off then. Thanks for taking care of me. I repeat those words one last time and turn my back on the household I had grown so accustomed to over these past 8 years. I leave the Arimas and start walking to school with a heavy heart. 8 years ago, I recovered from a serious injury that normally would have meant death. Then I was entrusted to the Arimas, a family branching off from the Tono family. I had lived with my real parents at the Tono mansion up until I was 9, and then I lived with the Arimas for 8 years until now, my second year of high school. I lived a normal life as an adopted son. From the time I met Sensei, those special circumstances Sensei told me about as she parted never happened, and the glasses hid the lines from me as long as I wore them. The life of Tonoshiki was a peaceful one. It meandered along gently, until a few days ago, the day when I heard of the Tono family sent word to me. The day when the head of the Tono family sent word to me. Returned to the Tono mansion, the very family that, until now, had shunned me. I sigh again. To be perfectly honest, even before the accident I had never gotten along with the Tono household. Maybe as a kid I never liked the formality demanded by the family. Perhaps that's why I said nothing when the old man told me I was going to live with the Arimas. I think it turned out well. I got along well with my adopted parents, Keiko-san and Fumio-san. It was as if they were my real parents. I lived a normal life in the loving family of the Arimas like a real son, just like I had always wished. I don't regret living there, except for one thing. My little sister, 1 year younger than me, remained behind with the Tonos. Akiha. I bet she hates me now. It would only be natural. She had to live in that mansion all by herself, under the constant supervision of that hard-headed old man. I could easily imagine what Akiya thought of me, the one who escaped. I let out another sigh. I can't help it. What's going to happen will happen. Today, after school, I'll return to my true home. Lord knows what will occur. But for now, I've got more pressing problems. My watch shows 7:45. Homeroom starts at 8 o'clock sharp, and anyone who isn't in class by 8 is marked as late. Clutching my bag, I start sprinting towards school. I managed to make it to school in less than 10 minutes. I entered from the back gate, accomplishing a feat that would bring the track scouts running if they knew. Come to think of it, today is also the last day I'll come in through the back gate. The Arima and Tono houses are on opposite sides of the school, with the Arimas being behind while the Tonos is in front. Obviously, I'll be coming in through the front gate in the future. I quite like the lonely atmosphere back here too. For some reason, the back gate at our school isn't really popular. Only 10 people or so, myself included, actually use it. It's quiet and pretty much devoid of people day or night. Clang. Clink, clink, clang. Like I said, pretty quiet. Aside from that, the sound of a hammer mixed with the distant bird singing reaches my ears. Hammering, huh? Clang. Clink, clong. A half-rhythmical rhyming comes from one corner of the courtyard. Ellipses. What is that? Homeroom begins in less than 10 minutes. I don't have the time to stop and find out, but I'm pretty curious. Right now? Oh, shit. Choices! Okay, there's only a few minutes until homeroom. I have to head there right away. I am curious, so I'll go take a look. Well, I think we're going to be a good student and head to class on time, even though I am curious about what's going on over there. I think I'm going to go with option 1. I arrived in my class earlier than usual. Phew! I walked to my desk next to the window. Good morning, Tono-kun. An unfamiliar voice greets me. I turn around, confused. Tono-kun, the teacher was looking for you. He said he wanted to talk to you about your house. My home. Must be about me moving. I should have finished the formalities yesterday. Perhaps there's something I forgot to do. The girl doesn't move, but stands there looking at me. Good morning, Yumizuka? Yeah. Good morning, Tono-kun. Looks like you remember my name. Sighing with relief, Yumizuka Satsuki gives a faint smile. I can remember the name of my classmates, you know. It's just that I haven't spoken to you much. Yeah, I was a little nervous about talking to you. Yumizuka smiles again. She seems happy about something. Ellipses. Yumizuka continues to stare at me as if she wants to say something else. To be honest, I don't know her that well. Although we're in the same class, I can count the times we've spoken. But Yumizuka Satsuki is the center of attention. She's often the topic of conversation among the boys, and there aren't any bad rumors about her among the girls. In short, she's your typical class idol. Naturally, she's always surrounded by a crowd. She's the complete opposite of a loner like me. While I might be able to remember the name Yumizuka Satsuki, there's no reason for her to remember the name Tonoshiki. It seems like some bothersome coincidences are at work today. Tono-kun, can I ask you a question? If I can answer, you can ask me as many as you want. Sorry if it's something personal, but you said you're moving. Are you going to move somewhere far away? Her voice trails off, as if it's hard for her to ask. She clasps her hands to stop fidgeting. I know it's sudden, but will you be transferring somewhere? No. I'm changing my residence, but not my school. My new house is still in this town anyway, so it's not a big deal. Oh, that's good. Yumizuka sighs with relief. How odd. Why would something like me moving cause that kind of reaction? But, are you going to leave the Arimas? Yeah. I enjoyed living with them, but I can't leech off them forever. Huh? How does Yumizuka know that? No one at the school should know I was living with the Arimas except for a certain guy. What's up, Tono? A carefree, loud voice rings out from the classroom doorway. As if on cue, the guy who's been my friend since middle school appears. Hey, if it isn't Yumizuka. It isn't often that I see you talking to Toto. Morning, Inoue-kun. Yumizuka looks away with an unenthusiastic reply. I guess she isn't the type who'd respond well to a guy like him. Toto's picking up chicks? What the hell's going on? I thought you weren't interested in him. Arihiko exclaims his joke loudly. You moron, stop spreading lies. I'm a normal guy. Of course I'm interested in girls. Is that right? Good for you, man. Still, these days, girls find it more amusing if you had a weird sex drive instead. But they'll only find it amusing and it won't go any farther. His bottomless, cheerful laughter echoes throughout the morning classroom. I let out another sigh. I once again wonder, like I have many times before, how I ended up knowing this person. His hair dyed orange, ears pierced. His victorious glare that shouts he will pick a fight with anyone, anytime, and his wearing of rebellious clothes. In no way Arihiko is the only free-spirited outlaw in your university-oriented high school. Our university-oriented high school. Do you have to be so loud this early in the morning? I'm depressed about all sorts of stuff, so stay away from me today, okay? I wave my hands to shoo him away. Depressed? What's wrong, man? Is it that time of month? Wait, I take that back. Rather than just for today, stay away from me for the rest of my life. My depression will only get worse with you around. Ignoring Arihiko, I head back to my own desk. Dropping my bag and taking a seat, I stretch my back. Hey, you can't just ignore other people like that, Toto. You're gonna hurt people with that careless attitude of yours. Oh, that's news to me. Isn't there some way I can kill them instead? If you can tell me, I'll repay you by trying it out on you. That's cold, man. Aren't you just a little nastier than usual this morning? Didn't I tell you I'm depressed? Other people aside, I'm certainly not showing any kindness to you. Arihiko sighs. Why are you only mean to me, Tono? You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair. What, you just figured that out? The world's unfair. You really are only mean to me. Arihiko gives another exaggerated sigh. I didn't try particularly hard to be cold to Arihiko. That's just the kind of relationship we have. So, Arihiko, what's a chronically late night owl who never shows up until second period doing here in homeroom? It's a little... no. It's very odd. I was thinking that too. I guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early. Well, I won't comment on your hobbies, but what I'm asking is why you woke up so early. Why I woke up early? I guess it's because I can't stay out late since all the fuss started, so I actually go to sleep at night now. You've heard the stories about the serial killer, haven't you? I see. Come to think of it, I did hear something like that. I feel a tinge of regret at needing Arihiko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I had been debating whether or not to return to the Tono household, so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? Oh. What was that again? They've given it some really nasty name, like the freakish serial killings or something. There's... oh, damn it, that was Shiki. What was that again? They've given it some really nasty name. Like the freakish serial killings or something?
There's more to it. So far, all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was only 2 days ago. And to top it all off, they were all... Wait, what happened to them again?
Arcueid tilts his head in contemplation. Ellipses. I'm an idiot for asking him.
Yeah, I remember now. All the victims were cut up into pieces and arranged in a pattern or something.
No, Inoue-kun. Everyone who's killed lost a lot of blood.
Oh yeah, that was it. They said it's some kind of modern-day vampire or something.
You sure know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san. Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it, even if you didn't want to. I see. I thought it was happening in the neighboring town, but I guess it moved down here.
Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going on the streets at night with a serial killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately.
What? That's it? Having a good reason doesn't make a good story. Where's the fun in that?
Man, you're cold. What? Did you collapse from anemia already this morning?
I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead by now.
Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay.
And the bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Hey, class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seat. With the
yeah,
Arcueid goes back to his seat. See you later, Tono-kun. Ah, yeah. Sorry for keeping you, Yumizuka-san. Her light footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. Second period's over. Our homeroom teacher, who's also our math teacher, calls out to me as he leaves. Tono, your documents are missing some details. Please go visit the office. It shouldn't take long, so I'll head to the office before the third period starts. The office isn't on the first floor. The second year classroom is on the third floor, but I can make it back before third period starts if I run. I run. And run. And the impact floors me with a thud. My head hits something, and the world swims before my eyes. Ow, 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 ow. I hear a voice nearby. It's a woman's voice I've never heard before. It looks like I ran into something, or someone. I'm sorry, are you alright? I still can't see my surroundings too well, but I apologize to the person... Oh wait, that was... Damn it. I'm sorry, are you alright? I still can't see my surroundings too well, but I apologize to the person I hit. Yes, I'm alright. How about you? Are you okay? There's no trace of accusation in that gentle voice. I don't know who she is, but it seems like she's worried about me. Yeah, I'm also okay. I shake my head and stand up. Finally, I can see clearly. Are you really alright? Your forehead is swelling up. Yeah. I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. Just like she said, I'm developing a magnificent lump. I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right? A female student gazes apologetically at my face. From the formal way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year, but from the color of her ribbon, I can see she's a third year. In other words, my senpai.
Senpai noticed me!
No, it's fine, really. I'm the one at fault. I'm sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lower my head in a bow. Come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the hallways, you know. There are people like me, spaced out while looking down at the courtyard. Yes, I'll be more careful. Are you alright, senpai? Yes, I only fell. It's because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Tono-kun. Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. Sorry about that. But spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, Senpai. Yes, I'll be more careful. Senpai smiles and nods. You'll excuse. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I'd best be going. Beating the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. But the older student continues to watch me through her glasses. More ellipses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but come to think of it, she's beautiful. If she's this beautiful, the male students would be talking about her, a third-year beauty wearing glasses. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, Senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tono from 2nd year, 3rd class. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger. Alright. If anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways. Okay, but you shouldn't space out in the hallways either, Senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Thanks. Shiki-kun. I haven't told her my first name. Come to think of it, did she use my name earlier too? Huh? Have I met you before, Senpai? Eh? Senpai cries out in surprise, and mischievously puts on a depressed face. You're terrible, Tono-kun. You've forgotten about me? What? Forgotten? No, I don't think so. If I ever got myself involved with a beautiful woman like her, there'd be no way I'd forget. She looks at me reproachfully. Those eyes, I'm sure I remember them from somewhere, don't I? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, didn't we? CL Senpai, right? I say her name apprehensively. Yes, and I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tono-kun. I don't think I space out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact that I forgot. Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunchtime. CL Senpai bows again. I watch her walk down the hallway. It's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? I can go to the hallway, the cafeteria, or the class. Each option is equally uninteresting, and I don't really know what would happen if I chose one over the other. So let's just go with option 3. Let's eat in class. It's lunchtime, and the classroom starts to liven up. Some guys are dashing off towards the cafeteria. A group of girls are rearranging desks to form a table, and some students are calmly leaving the classroom, boxed lunches in hand. I watched them while I set down the milk and bread I bought. Sheesh, not much of an appetite as usual, huh, Tono? This guy in front of me being here is already a part of my daily routine, and I'm not about to start complaining now. But man, what's up with us? Just the two of us eating lunch together? What kind of meal goes unaccompanied by a beautiful blossom? If you don't have any blossoms, why don't you just join the group over there? I'm not going to stop you. Idiot! When I say blossom, I mean a single beautiful blossom. Those girls making a group aren't good. They're poisonous, rather than being beautiful. Arihiko's comment would have probably earned him some rocks thrown in his direction if the group of girls had heard him. Luckily, the girls in our class didn't hear his poisonous words. That's pretty harsh, Arihiko. I know you were a bad guy before, but haven't you been getting worse lately? You're surpassing merely bad and getting into deviant. I can't help it, can I? When there's a truly beautiful blossom at our school, my discerning eye grows more critical. Huh, so who is this beautiful blossom? That's a secret. I don't want more competition now, do I?
Arihiko laughs with an ambitious smile spilling over his face.
As it is something I don't have, I'm a little impressed by his ability to express himself so frankly. And then, the person I just met comes in from the classroom door. Ah. With a box luncheon in one hand, there is no way I could mistake her. Hello, Tono-kun. Mind if I interrupt? It's fine, of course. Smiling, CL-senpai brings over a chair and sits down naturally. Senpai, are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt at all. Even her smiling reply troubles me. You said to come here at lunchtime, so I thought it would be rude if I didn't. It's true that I said that, but what I intended to say was that if she could come, I would take responsibility if she ended up being hurt.
Senpai?
Arihiko slams the table with a bang as he stands up. Ah, Inoue-kun. Could it be that you and Tono-kun are acquainted?
Yeah, we're more than just casual acquaintances. Tono and I have been friends since we were kids. Right, Tono? You could say we're best friends.
Arihiko makes a tight fist for emphasis. There's no room for agreement or disagreement. Oh, really? Is it such a coincidence that you two are friends? It is such a coincidence that you two are friends.
It sure is. This bastard has such a calm face, I'm wondering just when did he start to get along with Senpai?
Arihiko glares at me while laughing towards Senpai. Absent-mindedly, I wonder if that's what you'd call being well-rounded. In the end, Arihiko forcibly convinces Senpai to stay for lunch. Well, since he bought her lunch, perhaps that's what she had in mind in the first place. Oh, Inoue-kun, do you live by yourself?
Nah, I live with my sister. Our parents left us in charge of the house, so we naturally learned how to cook, that's all.
Arihiko seems familiar with Senpai. He's able to talk to her more casually than I can. I've only met her a few times.
By the way, Senpai, you said that you were called here by Tono. Did something happen?
Yes, I ran into Tono-kun during the break. I wasn't hurt, but Tono-kun hit his head.
And you came to see him because you were worried?
Yes, that's about right. Senpai's voice is brisk and pleasant to listen to. Since listening is more interesting than talking, I keep silent. That's when Arihiko directs the conversation towards me.
What's wrong, Tono? Running into someone, don't tell me your anemia was acting up again.
Arihiko's voice betrays his deep concern about my health. No, it's not that. I was running to the office to deal with some details for me moving. That's when I ran into Senpai.
Really? Well, I guess your carelessness was at fault.
Arihiko folds his arms and nods into an agreement with himself. To himself. Tono-kun, are you changing schools? Senpai suddenly outbursts almost hysterically. Really? Why does she think that I'm changing schools just because of that? I'm not changing schools, Senpai. I'm just changing my place of residence, so I filed the paperwork for a change of address. So that means you're going to be living alone? No, I'm just going back to my real house. My real home. It's that fancy place on top of the hill. I still can't quite believe it yet. Oh, could that possibly be the Tono-san mansion? Senpai asks with some hesitation. The Western-style house on top of the hill is probably seen as something special to the residents of the town. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even in my memories, the Tono mansion was ridiculously large. Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the right place for me either, but it's too late now that I'm done moving.
You don't seem too happy about it.
It's not a particularly good or bad thing. I don't really understand it myself.
Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand if you're feeling restless. It'll probably feel like someone else's house for a while.
I wonder if that's so. I haven't gone back yet, so I don't know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed since I've always gotten a refuge at your place.
Listen, you. I'm not impressed with how you come and stay at my house every time something bad happens. I like your personality trait of not standing out, but I've hated how you're always so reserved for a long time now.
Arihiko strikes the table with a bang again.
Ellipses.
Well, everything Arihiko says is true. There's no way to fight back. Inoue-kun, does Tono-kun really stay at your house that often?
Yeah, he does. That damn Tono is too reserved toward his parents, and he would come to my place every long vacation. He's reserved towards them because they're not taking care of him. Because they're taking care of him. That's why he comes over to my place, where we conveniently have an empty room. Since he looks pretty decent, my sister took a liking to him, and she shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent. Arihiko's face trembles, as if to say, unforgivable.
Taking care of Tono-kun.
Arihiko clamps a hand over his mouth. Sorry. I should have thought before I spoke.
It's okay. You didn't say anything wrong. I continue to eat my food without looking at Arihiko.
Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll be in for some punishment. Arihiko nods to himself in agreement. Again.
His overwhelming optimism is something I'm truly envious of. Tono-kun, did you not get along with your previous family?
No, that's not it. This guy had no problem with the Arimas. Oh, the Arimas were the family who took care of him. They're really nice people, and from what I can see, they're a happy family. Even so, he refused to be their adopted child, and he escaped to my place every vacation. Sheesh, just what were you not satisfied with anyway?
There's nothing I wasn't satisfied with. It's just that I've received so much from them already. I don't want to be a further burden on them. I turn away, and all of a sudden, I realize Yumizuka is close by. Ellipses. Her eyes look like she wants to say something, but it seems like she can't bring herself to intrude. What's wrong, Yumizuka-san? I leave Arihiko and Senpai and call out to Yumizuka. I have something to talk to you about. Is now a good time? Sure. Can we talk here? Yumizuka's eyes flicker towards Arihiko. It seems Yumizuka isn't good at dealing with Arihiko. Is it alright if we discuss this in the hallway? I don't mind. I'm leaving for a while, Arihiko. I wave to Arihiko and Senpai. I exit with Yumizuka into the hallway. Waving to Arihiko and Senpai, I exit with Yumizuka into the hallway. So, what do you want to ask me? I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, but have you been walking around at night in the business district lately? Huh? Business district? I rarely go there, even in the daytime, let alone at night. Her question is so entirely Her question is so entirely off that I become interested instead. At night, you say? Around what time? From what I've heard, past midnight. Midnight? Then that rules it out completely. I occasionally go out to the business district at night to buy something, but I've never been out into the city that late before. That's definitely not me. My household is old-fashioned, so they've got a curfew at 7. You can't get in after that even if you cry. Since I don't want to have to camp outside, I try to my death to get home before 7. I'm upfront denying Yumizuka's question. She smiles happily. Yeah, I know. The Arima family is also the head of a style of tea ceremony. That's right. It must really be strict for you, Tono-kun. Not so much strict as they like to tease me. Eh? Yumizuka-san, you seem to know quite a bit. Are you a student of it? No, I don't really know that much about tea ceremony. I have a friend who goes there, and she told me it was really strict. Oh, but Yumizuka-san, how did you know I lived with the Arimas? I haven't even told everyone here at my high school. You've forgotten that we went to the same middle school together, haven't you? Yumizuka giggles as she speaks. Eh? We went to the same middle school. I can't remember, so I can't say anything, but if that's true, then it wouldn't be odd if she knew I was entrusted to the Arimas. Yumizuka-san, maybe, It's okay, as long as it's not you, Tono-kun. Sorry for interrupting your lunch. Interrupting my words, Mizuka Satsuki goes back into the classroom after saying this.
Yo! Is your conversation over?
Yeah, it seems like she just got the wrong person. Hey, Arihiko.
Yeah? Yumizuka went to our middle school. To say more, she was our classmate during our second and third year. And now, in the second year of high school, making for 3 years in total.
Huh? As if he knew my question, he answers. How did you know I was going to ask?
Because of that look on your face. But damn! I thought you were just ignoring her, but you actually didn't even notice her. She's really persistent, or maybe she's just eccentric. She's had to suffer a lot.
Arihiko makes a difficult face and shrugs. Ah, I knew it. She is Tono-kun's girlfriend, right?
What are you saying, senpai? There's no way that could be.
I've never even had a proper conversation with her. That face. No, there's no hiding it. You two look just like you get along very well. I'm a little jealous. What's making her so happy? Senpai looks at me with an excited expression. Senpai? Arihiko, you say something to see this confused person here too.
About what? I don't know what you and Yumizuka are up to. All I know is that you two were having a merry conversation this morning.
Yeah! A secret meeting at school in the morning. How bold of you, Tono-kun. Senpai is getting more and more worked up in an incomprehensible way. Ellipses! Well, whatever. After all, it doesn't matter to me if Senpai misunderstands. But you mustn't be so blunt to her, Tono-kun. Yumizuka-san looks kind of sad, doesn't she? You've got to give her some more of your attention. Senpai, lunch is going to end soon. Yes. See you later, Tono-kun, Inoue-kun. Smiling, Senpai leaves our classroom. I feel a little exhausted.
Toto, don't go after Yumizuka.
Arihiko mumbles this with a stern face. Don't go after? Why?
Listen, about Yumizuka, despite her appearance, she's really shy and single-minded. She's not compatible at all with someone absent-minded like you. That kind of girl is dangerous to get really involved with.
Arihiko goes back to his own seat. What is he talking about? It's not like I'm thinking of doing something with Yumizuka-san. I mutter to no one in particular, and sit down in my own seat. The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out of the window, overlooking the school grounds. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. It feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes, and I want to throw up. It seems like I'm weak against things that resemble blood. No, I should say I'm weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest, and I teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly, but miraculously, I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thud pass right through the middle of my chest. Then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, a scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapsed from anemia-like dizziness and caused a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why my old man believed I was unfit to be the heir of the Tono household and entrusted me to our relatives. The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think about it, after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I'm able to forget them thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have completely gone mad if I never met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother until now, said when I left that the Tono household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. I can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then. Uh-oh, choice time. Time to make a decision.